joining me for my first ever YouTube video. I'm so excited to finally be doing this. This is a project that has been rolling around in my head for quite some time now, and I'm finally putting forth the effort and the energy to make it happen. So thank you again for joining me. I hope that something along the way here inspires you, motivates you, makes you question your beliefs, makes you question your thoughts and ideas, makes you angry, makes you confused, makes you think something that you've never even thought about before, or even just puts a smile on your face. I think that all of those things are very important to our individual growth. And if I can bring even one of those things to just one person, this will all be worth it. So thank you again for joining me, and I'm so excited. I hope to use this space as a vehicle to connect with others on a variety of topics that are important to me and I know that are important to others as well. One of those things is physical fitness, physical well-being. I've had quite the transformation over the last 6 or 7 years in regards to weight loss and just feeling good about myself inside and outside, and how I kind of came from a really bad spot to a really wonderful spot. I do believe that every individual journey is an independent, and not everything that works for me will work for other people and vice versa. And I think that it is also such a beautiful thing. I think that it's important to find what works for you and to go with that, to really listen to your body. I hope to be providing more information, more resources, and things regarding just kind of overall well-being. I've learned over the years the huge importance of the connection between your physical well-being and your mental well-being. And it has had a profound effect on my life, kind of learning how that all works together and how to connect it all and to really be the best version of yourself. By sharing this information, I'm not meaning to shove anything down your throat or to tell you what is right for you. I just hope that by being honest about my experience and what worked for me, that it will help you in some kind of way, whether you are saying like, oh, well, that's where I am right now, so maybe I need to try something different, or whether that's giving you another idea for something that you've never heard of, or whether that's providing resources that maybe will provide even more resources for you. I'm not a doctor, I'm not any kind of dietitian, I don't know it all. I'm merely sharing my experience. And I really think that being honest with others is a great way to connect, and it is a great way just to kind of say, hey, I feel you. I've been there. I struggled with this for many years. You're not alone. It's okay. Like, there are answers out there. You just have to keep trying. And just to provide a little bit of motivation and inspiration, I think that feeling good, and not only looking good on the outside, but feeling good on the inside, is beyond words important. It's something that I'm always continuing to strive to feel better. I'm always trying to find new information. How can I be even better than I am right now? Another thing I'm really passionate about is mental well-being and how to love yourself, how to be honest with yourself, how to really care for yourself. I think that a lot of people don't put enough time and energy into themselves, and they're often just giving and giving and giving to others, which is something that I have found to be true for myself as well. And so I've really taken the time recently to kind of reflect and just look at myself and figure out like where I'm going and what I want, how to find that in life, and how that all kind of connects together. It may seem like, oh, such separate categories like mental well-being and, finding out where you want to go in your life and physical fitness, but for me, it's all really tied in together. So I will be sharing a lot of that with you eventually, and I hope that that helps even just one person out there, gives anyone any kind of information or ideas or whatever it is that you need. I hope that you can find that here. One other thing that I'm very passionate about, if you know me at all from my personal life or from social media, is that I'm very passionate about freedom, anarchy, voluntarism, libertarianism, whatever you want to call it. It's been part of my life for a few years now, and it has been quite the journey. It has been so much fun learning about myself, learning how to think correctly, learning how to have consistent thoughts. These are all very important things if you're trying to live the best version of yourself and to be consistent not only with you, but with those around you. And it has brought immense value, happiness, and love to myself and to my life. And I know that going down the rabbit hole, so to speak, can be such an isolating journey. It can be terrifying, it can be frustrating. And I hope to just be another voice out there saying, it's okay, we've been there, we hear you, we understand you, and we are here for you. I hope to also provide just answers for anyone that has questions about anarchy, about voluntarism, about how to live that kind of life, and what that all kind of means, and what that looks like in a day-to-day life. So thank you again for joining me. I hope that this is helpful to someone, and I look forward to hearing your ideas. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Please ask any questions below. Below, I will also post a link to my blog where I will be putting more resources for this kind of information, whether that be through self-help books and podcasts, whether that be nutrition, freedom, other fiction things that I'm interested in, just kind of overall things that are helpful. And I hope that it's helpful for you. So with all of that being said, today I'm just going to talk a little bit about freedom and what that means, and why I do not think that freedom is necessarily something that is external. So of course, when I say that freedom is not external, I bet a lot of people are thinking, well, that's not true because we have laws and we have rules and people are being thrown in cages all the time, also known as jail. And I 1000% agree with you. Of course, like in society, we're not free. And so my focus has always been freedom in mentally, and what you can do for yourself, and why you do not have to be looking around at other people to be giving you something that you already have. What I mean by that is that freedom is a mental state. It is something that you always have. It is something that you just have to learn how to tap into. You have to be comfortable with not voting. You have to be comfortable with going against what everyone else is saying, and you have to be comfortable with just understanding that everyone can control themselves, including you, including me, including our neighbors. One thing I do not partake in is the mainstream media for many reasons, but the biggest one being is that they fill everyone's mind with fear. Fear of our neighbors, fear of ourselves even. And I think that if you are fearing your neighbor and you think that if the laws cease to exist for 5 minutes, then your neighbor might come over to your house and murder you, you're not going to be thinking about freedom. You're not going to be wanting freedom for others, and you're not going to be wanting freedom from yourself. I believe that mentality really keeps people trapped down, and it really keeps people slaves. And it is not helpful for the growth of humanity as a whole. The thing that I hear people in my life talking a lot about is that they really want peace on earth, they really want oneness, they really believe that that can heal the world. And I agree. I do think that peace and love and unity and working together truly can heal the world. But the problem that I see with so many people around me is that they continue to vote and they continue to ask for freedom from people that thrive on division. I'm specifically talking about the government and the fact that their purpose is not to bring people together. Their purpose is to divide. If you look at the basic system of democracy, and you have Democrats and you have Republicans, you have one person representing one group of people and one person representing another group of people. So let's say that we vote and our guy wins, right? And so all of these millions of people are more or less getting their needs met. And okay, that's great for you. What about these other people? What about your neighbors? What about your family members? What about friends? What about the guy down the street? Are his needs not as important as your needs? And so this is one of my biggest issues with democracy and just a whole political system in and of itself, is that at the very basic idea of democracy and of our current system, it is that it's meant to divide people, and it's meant to completely squash the needs of every individual. To me, this seems like the complete opposite idea of peace, love, oneness, unity, and working together. By voting, you are saying what I think is right and what you think is wrong. And so I'm going to fill out a piece of paper. I'm going to elect someone that will put my thoughts and my wishes and take things from you and to do what I think is right. And you have to be okay with that. And through this system, we can somehow achieve peace and unity. What I mean, I hope that someone out there can at least understand how absurd and how completely crazy that idea, that very basic idea, is. Unity is not about dividing people. And people are looking to the government to fix that and to bring us all together again. But the very base of their foundation, you cannot do that. That is not possible, right? If you look up the numbers on the amount of people that the government has killed, excluding war, I believe it is 280 million and counting. That is a lot of people. That is a lot of death. That is a lot of destruction. How long has the government been around? And how long have they been fucking things up? Quite a long time. I hear a lot of people looking around at the world today and saying, oh man, I cannot believe our welfare system. I cannot believe the state of our healthcare. I can't believe the state of our food, of the poverty, of education, of all of these things. And yet they're still looking to those people to fix that. Okay, the government has destroyed all of that. Everything that people complain about that they don't like are things that the government is in control of. So, again, at some point, you have to stop hitting yourself on the head with a hammer and wondering when your headache is going to go away, and you have to find another solution. I believe that freedom and peace and unity can heal the world, but not through government. A lot of people like to say, oh, well, the government has always been around and there's nothing you can do. They have too much power. They have too much control. I hear what you're saying and I agree with you, but nothing can be done. So this is just the way it is. And I say, no, fuck that. I'm sorry, but that is complete nonsense to me. I believe that, yeah, it is easy to feel powerless when you're just an individual kind of talking out against all of these crazy ideas that are happening all around you. But it is also really easy to feel powerful and own individual freedom. And for me to be able to say that I do not need anyone else to tell me what to do, that I can completely control myself, and I believe that every person has that power, is such a strong message. And it is such a powerful thing to be living. For me to not look to someone else to tell me what to do, or for someone to tell me what my values are, I'm living my values, and that is another huge part of freedom. And it's something that I will be talking about likely separately on another video, but I will just touch on it today. And that is, your values must be lived. It's not okay for me to vote for a politician to go and take someone else's money through taxation. If I'm living my values and I'm living what is true to me, I do the actions that I think are important. So if I think that some rich guy has too much money and that I should be getting some of that money just because life isn't fair, then I should be walking over to his house and demanding his money. I should not be a coward voting, asking for someone else to do those things for me. You are not living your values, you're not living your principles, you are being a coward. And I know that maybe that will make a lot of people angry, and I get that because at one point I was in that position as well. And I had to really look at myself and I had to say, okay, what are my values? What are my morals? What do I have to do so that my life reflects things that are important to me? One thing that is important to me is not violating others in any kind of way, not through taxation, not through theft, not through throwing them in cages for things that I think are wrong or a crime, nothing like that. It's the government and you can't change other people, and that's just, of course, that's so true. And that's why my biggest point here is that freedom is a mental state. And my point is that I want others to realize that they already have it. You do not have to be looking to others to control you or to control other people. And the more people that realize that they are already free, or the more people that will realize that they do not need to be buying into this fear-mongering, violent system that has gotten us nowhere. I mean, overall, yes, humans have gotten a lot less violent. I mean, we are no longer hanging people in the streets or doing anything like that. But we also have a long way to go. So, with all of that being said, I hope that this gives you something to think about. I know it's kind of a vague topic. I have a lot more to say about it. I have a lot more ideas. Please leave your questions, comments, concerns, whatever pops into your mind below. I'll be happy to answer it, to talk about it, whatever is necessary to happen to make this connection stronger between humans, and just realizing that the peace and love and everything that we are already looking for is here. We just need to stop looking to people in power to fix that, and we need to start looking inside of ourselves. So thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody.